welcome. My name is Paula, and this is Good Dogma by the Sea, a home for wayward dogs. Today is January 1st, 2026, and this is my first long-form video for our channel, The Pack. I'm so glad you came along. Welcome, and see what we're all about. Here's our current crew of 15 dogs. Not long ago, I thought living by the ocean was an unattainable dream for me. But having lived and worked for 17 years with dogs who have had violent pasts or bite histories, they've taught me not much is impossible if you're willing to put forth your energy, effort, and time. And so 2.5 years ago, I packed up my training business and our sanctuary of dogs, at that time 12, and we moved from central New Hampshire to northeast coastal Maine. It's called the Bold Coast, and indeed we are on the rocky coast, but we're also nestled in the woods, surrounded by evergreens. It's a beautiful spot. We also have had the opportunity to live off-grid here. We have 2 sets of solar panels, one on the top of the house and one here in the backyard. It supplies our needs sufficiently, although in the deepest, darkest winters, we do need our generators to help us out. We have a small training shed, so much smaller than my training facility back in New Hampshire, but it's enough. It isn't quite complete yet. We have not painted nor put our supplies in, but it's heated and lighted, and it's good enough for us to do training with our clients and also with our pack. Flip-Flop likes it, that's for sure. Our home is where the sanctuary is. The lower level has 4 pods or areas for our dogs. This first pod is for training dogs or dogs who are here for boarding. That's our friend Arlo, who's staying with us for a few days. There are 3 additional pods for the sanctuary dogs. That's Chauncey Roo resting. All the dogs have dog doors that allow them to go in and out at their pleasure. Their outdoor areas are fenced in, so there's lots of room for them to romp and play. So why have I decided to live my life and kind of dedicate this latter portion of my life to giving dogs a home who have had significant behavioral needs, and most of whom would otherwise have been euthanized? I started off taking dogs in who had significant behavioral needs because I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn from them what would work and what doesn't work in trying to rehabilitate dogs who have had a violent past, who have a bite history. And so I began taking in just a few dogs at a time, maybe 3, in order for me to learn the ropes of what works and what doesn't work. So that was the beginning. The other thing is that I seem to be drawn to the kind of training that is not necessarily skill-based. Although I enjoy doing skills and I enjoy working with them learning commands, I enjoy learning about dog psychology and how to fulfill their needs, how to best help them have feel fulfilled for their drives, for their breed, so that they're in a position to have better behavior. I'm drawn to having a more mindful, thoughtful, wider kind of philosophy in working with dogs beyond training, sit, come, stay, wait, place, so on and so forth. And let me be clear, I don't think there's anything wrong with training, sit, come, play, place, stay, those kinds of things. Absolutely valid. There are people out there that do a beautiful job with that. I enjoy doing it, but I am really drawn to working with, why does this dog, what is triggering this dog? Why is this dog so anxious or so concerned? And what can I do to help alleviate whatever stress they're under that causes them to bite or snap or snarl? That fascinates me, quite frankly. And so it fills a niche of something that I'm interested in, and it never feels burdensome to me to do the background work to learn about what's causing a dog to exhibit different behaviors. To me, that's fascinating, and it gives me energy rather than saps it. Another reason why I've chosen to do this is partly because it seems to also hit a skill set of mine. So, of course, doing something that you feel like you're good at is going to make your life feel, my own life, feel more fulfilled and enjoyable, because I am spending most of my time doing something that seems to come somewhat naturally to me. In the background, you're hearing hearing Hurricane Dewdrop snoring. She's fallen asleep, so you're going to hear snoring in the background. And the other thing is, many people ask me, why are you doing this particular work when you could have so much more of an effect on many more dogs if I worked with dogs who just needed some tweaking in order to be able to be in a family home. And it's true, there are so many dogs that need some work and then can live their life out in a home. But it's very difficult for people to find a place that will take their dog in if their dog has been had a significant history of biting, of having dog fights, of being extremely anxious. There are not many places out there, because a lot of times dogs have their worst behaviors kind of crop up around the age of 1.5 to 3. So if you take in a dog between 1.5 and 3, and they are not options for another home, that means that they're going to live with you for a good 10 to 15 years. So you're not going to have turnover. And that is why it is not something that happens a lot, because it's hard to fund. And there's not a lot of interest in it in the sense that there's, when you fill up, you're full until, sadly, a dog passes, and then you have an opening. So there's not a lot of places out there, and I felt drawn and felt that I could provide a home for as many dogs as I can responsibly, who could otherwise just not be in another home. And so that is why I do this. It brings me peace and joy. It fulfills a need in me to make a difference. And I learn a great deal. By the way, the dogs that you can see at the moment, this is Ella. This is Jazzy. She's our oldest, has been with me the longest. She's not our oldest dog, but she's been with me the longest. This pudgy girl is Hurricane Dewdrop. She's been here not quite a year. And then Hurricane Dewdrop is sort of hiding Gilbert, who's on the other side of me over here. Hurricane, if you just move just a little bit, they can see, here's Gilbert. What is Good Dogma by the Sea, the YouTube channel? What are we about? Well, I can tell you what we're not about. We're not about the ABCs of dog training, or even the ABCs of dog psychology. There are some fantastic creators out there that are already doing that much better than I could. But I think what I can give a perspective on is what it's like to live your life with a pack of dogs who have had significant behavioral needs. Most of them have had dog-dog issues. Many of them have had human bites in their background. So what is it like to try to fulfill their needs and to have a safe environment so that they can live their best canine life? What does that look like? It doesn't always look pretty. But I would love to have a realistic view of what it's like to provide that for these dogs. That's Leica coming to see you. Come here, Leica. Come here. Yes. I'd like to be able to share my successes. I'd like to be able to share my failures, because frankly, the mistakes are where I learn the most. So I'd like to be able to share that with people because I think it can be helpful. But I'd also like to have this channel be a place for people to come to see what it's like to have a pretty simple life, living off-grid, to have a peaceful place that they might be able to check in once a week and find it enjoyable and de-stressing to share a little bit vicariously of having 15 dogs in your life. I'd love to have you understand the pack as a whole, but also get to know the dogs individually. I'm hoping that I can be a space and a place for people to come to relax. And a positive space at that. So one of my goals in starting this channel is to provide the opportunity to possibly monetize this channel to help support Good Dogma by the Sea. Up until 2 years ago, when I downsized and moved to northern Maine, I was able to support Good Dogma by the Sea entirely by my work in training dogs. But I have downsized, and that's just not a possibility anymore. Vet care is our primary drain on finances, and I just can't keep up with it with what I'm making in the dog training business. So my hope is if we could monetize this channel, all the proceeds that would come from that would go into dog food and nutrition, supplements, and vet care. And that would be a tremendous help to us here at Good Dogma by the Sea. Right, Clip? Mm-hmm. That may be an awfully lofty goal. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm learning how to edit. I'm trying to figure out how to film. I have a tremendous respect as I look at folks who are doing other creators to see, oh man, how on earth did they get all that done? How did they get all that filming done? How did they set that up? How did they edit it? How did they make it look so beautiful? Yes. So I have a ton to learn. Right now, it seems like it's taking me a month to put together a long-form video. My ultimate goal is to be able to do one a week. Let's see if I can get things organized. Maybe it'll start to streamline a little bit easier. But For now, this is our first long form video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you might stop back in again just to visit our dogs, to visit with me, and to enjoy our pack.